We are live in the doghouse, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Now, let's see if I remember how to do this, and I'll introduce our guest. Right, everyone. This is USW superstar Robbie Wayne. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Doing good. Welcome to the doghouse.
I appreciate you having me here.
I'm glad to have you aboard. Glad to have you along. Glad to have you a part of everything. Let me click back over and see. Sorry, I clicked off the wrong screen and went over to the messenger screen. I want to be able to see the chats if anybody does decide to comment or ask a question. We're going to go
Right
right
on.
into this. I'm going to ask you, how did you get into the business? Like, what made you get into the business?
So as a kid, my mom always I've been into wrestling forever, and when I was a kid, my mom used to tell jokes of she would have a VHS tape of me having my first cage match. She said that me and my cousin would play fight, or probably actually fight when we were little, but inside of a playpen.
Oh,
And then,
wow.
I grew up 3 houses down from him, and we would walk to each other's houses. We couldn't have been no more than 10. We would walk to each other's houses, play the old PlayStation wrestling games. We used to make Lego wrestling rings out of GI Joes, or for our GI Joes.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, it was always our dream. We went to the same school together. It was our dream to grow up and wrestle together. And then one day we went to a show, a WWE pay-per-view, and there was a dude handing out flyers for the school that was local. And I saw that as my shot, and the dream became a reality. I went to the school, and then here I am chasing titles.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. Yeah, similar stuff, pretty much similar stuff. Uh, so, what did you enjoy most? What do you enjoy most about the business?
Uh, really, you wouldn't know it with me being the bad guy, but I enjoy interacting with the crowd, getting them riled up. It's a lot of fun for me to see how mad I can get somebody just by talking.
Yeah, it's easier
Yeah.
to make them hate you than it is to make them love you.
Well, I always tell everybody, everybody thinks that being the heel is the easier part. To me, I think it's the hardest part because you see me first, and my job is to make you so mad at me that no matter who comes through the curtain next, you love them. And then, throughout the whole match, I'm just trying to get you madder, madder, madder to where the guy that I'm with ain't even got to do nothing. You already like him because you hate me so much. So to me, it's harder to be the heel, which I enjoy that aspect too.
Well, you look at it in a different perspective than most heels, so that's very intelligent of you to go in depth like that and look at it in
Yeah.
a different aspect.
Yeah, no, they always say that you're only as good as the person you're in the ring with. Well, that's true too, but I want it to be as easy for them as it can be. Like, I try to base my moves around, I'm doing all the movement. They just got to bump and feed. I'm trying to do where I do all the crowd work where they don't have to do a lot. The crowd already wants them up. So, they
Okay.
do their simple little clap and the crowd's there. They do one little come on, let's go, and the crowd's there. I want to make it as easy for them as possible. That way it's easy. It's fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. What's your most memorable match?
Uh, My most memorable, I would have to say, would be the one I had about a year ago with Axel Crow. Simply because that's the match that got me into the run that I'm in now. That's what got eyes on me was my match with Axel. Like, all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, we need Robbie Wayne." Credit to him because he made me look good. I wrestled that match with broken ribs, and he took care of me. So
Well, talking about Axel Crow, you got that match coming up with him this Saturday at USW.
yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one. My goal is to have the best match of the show. So I think we can do it.
Well, I hope you do, sir. I hope you do.
Yeah.
I'm the referee for that one.
Yeah, I like to yell at refs. Ask
Hey,
Bob Starr. I like to hit refs too.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
I've been known to
yeah.
take a few. If you could change one thing about the business or how you got in or anything like that, what would it be? What would you change about your career if there's one?
Probably how many hiatuses I've taken. I always look back and I kick myself. There's guys that I've known for a while, and I'll be sitting on the couch and they'll show up on WWE or TNA or AEW, and I'm sitting on the couch like, man, that could have been me. Why am I sitting here? So probably the many times that I've stopped because I feel like I could be much further than I am.
Well, you're definitely talented. I've watched videos and I've seen you wrestle live at the last USW show. So you definitely have talent, sir. So you need to stick with it.
Yeah, that's the goal. Not getting any younger, so I'm gonna make the most out of this run and see where it takes me.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to read through all my wife's handwriting here. My eyes are bad. The USW show coming up this Saturday. You and Axel Crow. I've seen the vignettes and stuff, and like he's getting a little under your skin a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun actually. Me and him sit and we think about those vignettes for like I think we take multiple takes. We sit and talk about it, plan it out, like trying to make it like mini movies, like cinematic. Like
my wife thought it was really creepy. She thought it was really creepy. She liked it. She's really into scary movies, so she really digged it.
Yeah, no, that like B-rated horror films, that's my thing. So like maybe not B-rated, but we're definitely chasing like a horror film vibe to where getting more in touch with his origin story maybe.
And then I like that because he's got a good character.
Oh, he's got a great character. I love his character. And so what I'm working on now with me is like I'm trying to build my character to be more serious. So we're getting in touch with his origin story with it and going to use him getting at me to work my character into be more serious and be taken more serious in return.
I like that. It sounds like good. I can't wait to see what's coming of that. I mean, we also have a lot of other good matches lined up for this weekend. I'm interested in the RSW match, Eric Duzan versus Anthony Rucker. Those guys are very talented. I can't wait to see that match. Who else do we have on that card? I don't have it in front of me.
I actually don't have it. I don't have it like pulled up or anything else either. I know you got Huck and Hardy.
Brian, that's going to be a good match too. That's going to be a good main event. That was a good match the last show.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that one.
It'd have been better if I won it, but yeah. No, I'm actually looking forward to to seeing what they can do with it. That should be a really good one. You got the TV title. That should be really good. I forget who Armstrong is taking on for that one. I think is it Hunter Cole again?
Yes, I do believe.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching Hunter. Up and coming. He's got a bright future if he sticks to it.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see everybody at the show, man. The last show was awesome, seeing everybody. Great vibe in the locker room. One of the best locker rooms I've ever been a part of. So it was really cool.
Yeah. No, that's the big thing for me, like, is the locker room vibe. If I don't like where I'm at, I'm not going to stick with it. And USW has one of the best locker rooms that I've been in. So.
Well, we have a guy by the name of Kenny Ellis that commented on this and said Robbie Wayne is the future light heavyweight women's champion. I think you know that person.
So my first story, my cousin that I grew up with fighting in playpens and diapers.
Yeah.
That's Kenny Ellis.
Welcome, sir.
he needs to stop talking and start walking. I done sent him numerous schools. He needs to come on up here. Quit talking on the internet. Get some training and come see me. Chase the dream with me. It was our dream as a kid. It can be our dream in our 30s. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 40. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But anyways, what other promotions are you wrestling for right now?
Right now I'm wrestling for ATCW in Kearneysville, West Virginia. It's a really fun promotion. They have another great locker room vibe. Everybody there is pretty laid back and chill. And then down here in Virginia, I'm currently doing some stuff with TCW.
Okay.
Right now they're in like Fredericksburg. That's where they're running their shows right now, is out of a brewery in Fredericksburg.
Okay. Cool deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been looking into branching out, but I kind of like the being like only in a few select places, get some good stories going with them rather than being spread thin and not really having any stories. For me, like my main goal is to have good stories. Like I want to tell a story. I'm not here to just play wrestling in real life. I don't want to just put some moves together, have matches and all over the like. To me, the story in telling the fans something is more important than just being there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of limiting myself to like maybe like 2-3 home feds and then working with that.
Definitely get it. Definitely get it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong. Right now, I'm exclusive to USW. That's it.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, if you're going to be exclusive, they're not the worst place.
No,
It's a lot
I'm
of
happy.
fun.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be exclusive to USW, and that's
yeah. It's a lot of fun. If his dreams come true, then everybody's going to have a lot of fun. And
exactly right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just following the captain, you know?
Yeah.
Not a bad one to follow either. I mean, if you're going to follow somebody, follow Brian Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, I followed worse. That's for sure.
I have too, definitely.
Yeah, no, I've been in some rough places. I've wrestled in boxing rings. I don't know if you've ever done anything in a boxing ring, but they suck.
I fought quite a few of them and been face down and back down. You know, I've been around in a few.
Boxing rings are no fun.
No, by no means.
I've wrestled in a place in Carolina where the ceiling was like 4 feet above the ropes, so those were rough.
Oh,
taking a suplex,
no
you got to have your feet curled up. I'm tall.
Yeah, definitely no top rope maneuvers.
No, and I was young then, and I thought because I was young and I was super light then, not that I'm heavy now, but I was super light then, I thought I had to be a cruiserweight. So like you're trying to jump off the top rope and you only got about 4 feet above the ropes, and I'm 6'1", so I was like jumping in a ball.
Oh,
yeah.
Like kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog cannonball, huh?
Yeah, it was rough, especially my finishers off the top rope. So like it was tough to do.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine.
But those are back in the hot dogs and handshake days where, you know, I was young, taking any booking I could, and I just made it work. So
definitely some promotions around here like
that. Yeah, I tried to avoid those now.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning, and that's what I'm doing, man. Like that's why I said I'm exclusive to USW. I don't want to work here. Somebody else, Kenny commented again, said trampolines, the ground, mattresses with ropes around them. My boy came from that mud.
Yeah, you growing up, and it's the dream. You chase it wherever you can chase it. You know, like I said, me and him were young. You living 3 houses away from each other. We wrestled each other in the pool. He lives right off of a creek. We've played in the creek. You know, whatever we would do. We used to, in school, we got in trouble. We got a lot of trouble in school because we would wrestle in the playground. They didn't know that it was fake. If they did know it was fake, they didn't care because it looked, at least we thought it looked like we were really fighting. We probably were really fighting. We were young and didn't know it was fake then either. But yeah, no, we'd get in a lot of trouble in school.
You really can't consider it fake. I mean, predetermined, yes, but what happens in between the ropes? You know, that's physical. That takes a toll on your body. I'm sure you've had some injuries. How many injuries have you had over your career?
Luckily, none from wrestling. But I have wrestled injured. I wrestled that match with Axel Crow with broken ribs. Then I think 2 weeks later, I had to wrestle a guy named Tomahawk who's a big dude. He's got a lot of high impact moves. I had broken ribs, took rolling DVD. I took a spine buster, like a midair spine buster. I jumped off the ropes and he caught me in the air.
Oh no.
Yeah. I ended up like, I'm not sure what it was, but after that, the midair spine buster, I started bleeding from the nose, and like he never hit me in the face. It was just the impact, I guess, jarred something. I finished the match like that, and he didn't even know it, but he wore all white, so I'm just constantly trying to wipe my face, trying to keep the blood off of his gear.
Oh my.
Then the next month later, I was still suffering from the ribs, and I wrestled a 30-plus minute gauntlet match. Which is no fun. You know, I couldn't breathe like the first 5 minutes in, and I still went for 30-plus minutes. I remember in a training match, broke one of my buddy's hands. He was throwing a clothesline. He said I didn't duck. I said he threw it too low. But I broke his thumb clean off his hand. The doctors, when he went in to get his thumb fixed, they said the only thing holding his thumb on was the skin. Like it broke everything off of his thumb.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
I fell off of a roof trying to help a buddy do some shingles and messed my whole arm up. I had like fractures, dislocations. I hyperextended my elbow, and I still went and wrestled. I think it was 2 weekends after that. I showed up in a sling and took it off, finished the match, put the sling back on. Did nothing from wrestling. Luckily, everybody takes pretty good care of me. I just don't take care of myself outside of the ring. I play hard, I guess.
Well, hey man, you gotta have fun. You only live every day, but you only have one life to live, so enjoy it, man.
Right. Yeah.
Especially while you're young.
Yeah, I'm not young no more, but I try to be.
Kenny said, "What's the red shirt in the background? Looks pretty cool."
It is the trainer that I try to send him to that he won't go to. It is Matt Wild. It's his shirt. It's his Mac has a skull with roses, and on the back of it says "Mayhem is beautiful."
Well, Kenny, you heard him.
It's actually my newest purchase. I think I got it last week.
You got a lot of cool shirts in the background, man. I told you, I love.
Yeah, some friends, some opponents. My youngest daughter, she travels with me. She doesn't know what ribbing is, but she ribs me. So she won't wear my shirt at all. She won't wear it. She tells me she doesn't want to, but she will go to my opponent's merch table and she'll buy a picture, she'll buy a shirt, she'll get an autograph, and then the whole 3, 4, 6, however many hours ride home, she'll be showing it off to me. Yeah, at ATCW, I'm currently in a story. I'm currently in a story with them where I'm invading, and her first show there, she bought an ATCW t-shirt, wore it to school the next day. Won't wear my shirt.
Oh, that's sad. That's messed up.
She doesn't know what ribbing is, but she ribs.
Yeah, that's definitely a rib. Kenny asked, "Where can I buy your merch?"
Right now, the only way to get my merch is to come to a show and buy it from my table, or I have one website. It's Brainbuster Tees. You can go there and get a lot of them. The one that I'm wearing now, and that green one, it's not on there anymore. Everybody missed out on that one. I've got 3 other shirts on there right now. I just released a new one this week. So I'm going to take the other 2 off rather soon. So if anybody wants those, you better get them.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, I mean, do you have anything else you want to talk about? We're 19 minutes in. We'll go for a half hour.
I mean, I'm up to talk about whatever.
What's your favorite wrestling childhood memory? Like, what was your favorite match growing up?
My favorite match growing up was The Rock and Mankind in the empty arena when they pinned him with the forklift.
Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah. So it's my favorite memory because growing up, my dad and my uncle watched wrestling, but my mom was like super worried that I would wrestle in the backyard or at school or the stuff that I ended up doing because I watched it. So I wasn't supposed to watch it. But so they would send me to bed when wrestling came on, and I would sneak out And as a parent now, I'm pretty sure my dad knew. But as a kid, I thought I was slick, and I would sit in the hallway and watch it from the hallway. And that was the first match that he was like, yeah, come watch it. So it's a good memory then, because it was the first match I was allowed to watch. And, so there's the reason for that. While I don't like hardcore matches, I don't like wrestling hardcore. That stuck out. My uncle, he was a huge ECW fan. So while I'm not a fan of it now, I really liked that because it was something to do with my uncle. Like, that was what we would do. I'd go over and we'd sit in. At the time, I wasn't supposed to watch it, but I was at my uncle's house, so I could do what I wanted. And we watched hardcore wrestling. The barbed wire ropes and stuff like that. That I was probably like 10. I had no business watching, but I watched it.
Here, Kenny said, "Good old Uncle Woody."
No, it wasn't Uncle Woody. It was our Uncle Chris. Uncle Woody watched like old WWF, so that was a lot of fun. And I still go back and watch that, like the 80s. Like, that's what I used to watch with our Uncle Woody, the 80s stuff. Which is why I like USW, because it has those vibes.
Yes.
Like, I really like the WWF days, like the wing belt and the red, white, and blue ropes and the old school, like
wing belt.
Yeah. So my latest title that I won, the first like legit title that I've won in, I couldn't tell you how many years, was the ATCW Cruiserweight title. And it was based off of the old wing belt. At least I feel like it was. It had the eagle on it.
I've seen pictures of you in that belt. And yes, I got that vibe from that belt too.
Yeah. No, that belt meant a lot to me. I'm actually in the process of having a replica made of it. And I'm gonna hang it on the wall with all of my daughter's other merch. Because
if you need a new belt, if you need a good belt maker, I can give you some info on good one.
I'm actually going through the guy who made the original, so
okay,
it should be like an identical duplicate because he made the first one. I tried to buy that one, but he wasn't getting off of it. That one, it would have been cool to have the original that I held, but a duplicate's all right. But that belt means a lot to me because my family's from West Virginia, and specifically that area of West Virginia. So to win my like first title in the area that my family's from, it meant a lot. So that title, if no other title, is getting remade for me.
I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Kenny asked, "Who's your dream opponent?" That's a good question.
So for the level that I'm at right now, I think my dream opponent would be. It's weird because it's a high probability of happening. I just can't get it to happen. I don't know why. But right now, my dream opponent would be Slade, Chris Slade. We've had some fun matches in the past, and I'm just trying to get it to do it again, run it back where we can show everybody like that I can really go. Because right now I'm having matches where I'm holding myself back intentionally. I'm gonna stop doing that. But I've been holding myself back intentionally because I've been of the mindset that as the bad guy, I'm not like, don't do the flashy moves where the crowd wants to cheer me. I've been doing a lot of dirty stuff where if I wrestle Slade, he likes to go, and that'll make it to where I can go and really show people what I can do.
Okay.
If I was to go out of the level that I'm at now, I really want to wrestle Swerve Strickland because him and I went to the same school. And he's one of the guys where I sat on the couch, watched him come up on NXT, and I was like, man, what the hell am I doing sitting here? A guy that I went to school with is on WWE, and I'm sitting on the couch. And now the dude I went to school with is a world champion. I'm like, man, I could have done that.
Well, there's still time.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's time. There's a possibility, but
you'll get
those would be my two opponents. Would be Chris Slade to show that I can go. I plan to start showing that off this weekend with Axel. I plan to bring a lot of moves back, a lot of moves that I haven't done in years.
Oh,
You know, like I said, my goal is in that match, I want to burn Alamore to the ground, figuratively. But yeah, no, like I want to go, and I think like now that I'm revamping my character to be more serious, I'm changing my attire, I'm changing everything. I'm gonna start doing the big moves, and if the crowd wants to cheer, I'm just gonna have to shut them up.
there
Do
you
the big
go.
move, make them cheer, and then remind them, hey, no, shut up.
We have Kenny said, "What do you think is the best looking title?" And then Melissa Reed said, "Don't hold back, sir."
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not holding back, but like the story that I've been involved with is that I'm a cheater. So I've been doing more dirty stuff, you know, eye pokes, low blows, you know, using the ropes to my advantage, back rakes, you know, old school wrestling, dirty heel stuff, where I haven't been doing the flashy moves. Well, now I'm going to do the flashy moves to show that I can be dirty, I can wrestle, and I can be flashy. So I'm trying to like evolve the character to show everybody I can do whatever you need me to do.
There you go.
As far as the best looking title, I really like the new heavyweight championship for WWE.
Okay.
They got the big gold vibe with the modern vibe, and I really like that. My favorite title overall would probably either be the Winged Eagle or the Undisputed. I really like those.
Yeah, I like the Undisputed too, but I'm very partial to the Winged Eagle.
No, I really like growing up, the Winged Eagle was it. So I don't know if it's biased from my childhood memories of that being the top title. That's the one you want. Because I was always a WWF guy. I never really cared for WCW. Even when they were winning, I didn't care for it. So that was always the title. Like that was the big title. So in my brain, maybe from a child, that's the one. And then the Undisputed was, I think that was like the first new title that I saw as a kid. So I was like, oh, that's super cool. They got a new belt. And like, it's the first one I remember being new. So I really like those. And then I really like the Intercontinental Oval title if we're talking about mid-card titles.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So ATCW's new Cruiserweight title is based off of that. So now I really want that one too. You got my favorite. The Cruiserweight title is based off of the Winged Eagle, and now the new one is based off my favorite mid-card title. I'm like, man, you know, you got two of my favorite titles there. So it'd be really cool to get that one too. I would love to get their King of the 304 for a couple reasons. One is Axel Crow held it, so it'd be cool to hold the same title as my best friend.
Okay.
Another one would be, while they might not recognize it, WWE would recognize it, so I recognize it, is that I've held ATCW's heavyweight title for like 30 seconds, and then I held their cruiserweight title. So then to get the King of the 304, like hopefully I get it before August. It's not likely to happen, but it'd be cool. Then I would have had all three of their singles titles within a year, and that'd be super cool.
That would be impressive. That would be very impressive to have three of their different titles all in the same year.
Yeah. So they probably don't recognize the heavyweight title win because, like, so in that gauntlet match, I cheated and I beat Brian Hardy for it, and then the owner restarted it, and then Hardy beat me like 30 seconds later. But for 30 seconds, I was the heavyweight champion.
That's all that matters. That should count.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. They might count it, they might not. I don't regularly get recognized for it, so it probably doesn't count. But I count it in my head if nothing else. I got to float my own boat sometimes.
Yes, sir. Hey, Kenny wanted me to ask, what about the night we watched Triple H come back at Papa Tommy's house?
So that night, me and him have like a lot of my childhood memories come from watching wrestling with him. That's why I'm trying to get him into it. Like, quit talking on the internet to me about wrestling. Go get trained. Come see me in the ring. Let's quit talking about dreams and start making dreams. But so it was when Triple H got hurt, and he was out. I think it was when he tore his quad.
Okay,
And he came back. He came back. He was massive, like biggest Triple H ever been. He had the jean vest with the leather jacket.
Yep.
It was that comeback, and like me and him were sitting there. Growing up, both of our favorite wrestler was Triple H. I just like, to me, Triple H was like the ultimate. Like if you were to create a wrestler in the game, it would be Triple H. And so like that was our favorite wrestler, and he was gone. Like we loved wrestling, but like all we would talk about in school was Triple H or ourselves. Like, what are we gonna do when we get up there? But we would just talk about Triple H. Can't wait for Triple H. Can't wait for Triple H. And like as kids, you know, and then especially back then, kayfabe was real. So like you didn't have dirt sheets or internet spoilers or anything like that ruining like, oh, so and so is coming back tonight. So when his music hit, like me and him went nuts in our grandparents' living room to the point we got in trouble. But we were little kids; we couldn't contain ourselves, and we went nuts. Another memory similar to that than he and I have was we played the old PlayStation 1 video game, the first SmackDown, I think it was. Might have been the second one, but we were making our characters. Goldberg came back, and it's when he had like the you know, he's always been bald, but he had the full beard.
Yeah.
And we both like that night changed our created characters to look like that, like bald headed, full beard. And now neither of us are bald headed, but we both like, we showed up, and you would bring memory cards back then. You could take your memory card from your house to your buddy's house, plug it in, and have your saves and their saves. Yeah. And we both loaded our characters up, and like we were like identical. And we were like, no, we got to do this. Yeah. So, no, so me and him share a lot of memories. So we've gotten a lot of trouble from wrestling. Like we could get in a lot of trouble now with wrestling if he would just step up. But yeah, no, those are the good ones. The watching it and not doing it, those are the good ones. Doing it, we got in a lot of trouble. I remember knocking chandeliers out of our grandparents' house trying to wrestle, and then being too scared to tell them, so we left without telling them we broke their lights. And then then we called them. I think we left. We walked like 3 blocks away, and then called them like, yeah, by the way, it was an accident, we didn't mean to. But we were too scared to tell them face to face. We would wrestle pillows as a tag team. We would like upstairs, and they would yell at us that we're going to come through the roof because we were literally like diving off of bunk beds and stuff like that on like wrestling pillows.
Yeah. Okay. Kenny said the Wayne gang could take over, and he said, I still blame you for that.
Yeah, no, that was one of the names. We were going to call ourselves the Wayne Gang. And we wanted to model ourselves kind of after like the New Age Outlaws, just being wild, doing whatever we wanted, just running roughshod. And he doesn't have to blame me for that one. That one was me. I jumped over the coffee table and smacked my head on the chandelier, and it fell, and we both took off running. So that one was on me. I headbutted it. But.
Well, one more question before the end of the night. What are you doing? Trying to sneak in the live stream? William wanted to come say hi again. But one more question. Anything you could offer, a piece of advice to the future wrestlers or your past self, what would it be?
Stick with it. It's hard. You're going to go through a lot of drama, a lot of BS, but you got to look past it. It's what I'm working on now. Looking past it, sticking with it. Don't let stuff that doesn't pertain to you affect you. This past week or so, I've not been following that advice. I've been letting it get to me. I've been blowing a lot of people's inboxes up, complaining about it, getting to me, and you just can't let it do it. I said it's probably the worst thing for me. So I hate to see other people go through it because wrestling is a really fun sport. You just can't let the drama get to you.
Yep. Some people try to take the fun out of it for everybody.
Yeah, man. And it's not like, I don't understand it. At the end of the day, We're all grown men, fake fighting in our underwear. Why we acting like children? Why are we acting like children? Why are we being little schoolgirls? Why we got to start drama and rumors and try to hold each other back? This table and wrestling's table is big enough for everybody to eat. There ain't no reason to kick anybody off the table.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I try to tell everybody like if I got a problem with somebody or something, just because I don't want you eating at my table doesn't mean I don't want to see you eat. You know?
Oh, for sure. No, like my table is very small. I keep, primarily because of all the drama, I keep a very small group of wrestling friends that I trust, that I talk to, because they haven't so far in the years that I've known them proven themselves untrustworthy. Whereas there's other guys, like, be it that I don't trust them or that we just have a different mindset for the business, I still want to see them do good. I still want to see anybody in wrestling. If you've got the courage to come out here and do it, if you got the courage to put your life in somebody else's hands, I want to see you do good at it. I want to see, like, the better that everybody in wrestling does, the better the business is. So I want to see everybody do good, even if it's not doing good with me.
Nothing wrong with that. And we're going to end on that note. Thank you for your time. You hang on for 1 second. After I click off the live stream, I'll come back over and we'll talk for a few seconds, and then we'll call it a night. Thank you for being a part of the show tonight. This is episode 5, I do believe, of In the Doghouse. It's crazy that it's been 5 episodes already. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I remember you just talking about it.
What is it?
I remember when on Facebook, when I first seen you talking about it, that you were going to start doing it. It wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago. Like,
yeah, no, so
3 or 4 months.
It means a lot that I get to be on, like, the 5th one. So, pretty early on. It means a lot. Hopefully it blows up and you do good.
Well, I appreciate you a lot, man. I really do. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. William, you want to tell
me? Anytime.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night, sir. And we're going to end the live stream. T-Bone's out.
Yep.